So hey guys, it's a bit more different video than I usually do, but then again it's been almost like 6-7 months since I last even spoke about the game I'm making, especially in Unity, the Plains project as I named it, and I will show you some progress and talk about it and my plans for the future. So the progress definitely is slower than usual, but you know, I'm not a full-time game dev. I cannot afford to fully develop a game just yet because, well, I really don't have the financial status to be able to, quit work and develop games full-time and all that. But hopefully someday I will be able to do that, whether with the help of you guys and my YouTube channel, or whether this first game actually kicks off. But that's currently not that important. I'm actually working for myself, I like making games and definitely like how far this has gone. So currently in the background you'll see me making the map. I plan to make it kinda open world-ish, but not too big, and there's certain areas currently blocked off, and with further updates I'll, polish the world, make it bigger, maybe even add more locations to it. But that's currently, work in the progress and everything. So currently I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. At first I did, hence the map size is so massive, and I just blocked off some areas so, I have a visible scope since I'm making everything by hand, placing every tree down. That's why some areas have patches, as you can see, since I realized placing one by one trees is pretty difficult, so I made everything have mesh collisions and then just copy pasted certain patches around. It will be polished and switched up. It's just currently to have the tree density around the areas where I definitely would like them to be. Of course, there's sorting, as you can see in the game objects side, which is definitely a big plus as well for me, and it's easier to sort things. Maybe there's something buggy or something and I will be able to see it, or certain objects don't work and function as I like them to, and I can just remove them and specifically look for trees, rocks, or some random prop or buildings. So far this is how far I've gone. Don't mind the hills and everything, those are currently just, rough shapes of the mountains that I wish to have. I placed them where I imagined them being, and I will switch it around as time goes on, like add more detail to them. It's just a plain old texture with like terrain deformed a bit. But, as I said, everything's in the progress and everything. So I will actually go into detail about my game, how I want it to, work and play out and everything. So the current idea for my game is this area, which is blocked off by cliffs. It's like lower than sea level maybe, or I currently don't have the full story written down, and it's work in the progress and everything, but you're this traveler, adventurer who got there. Probably will make an intro scene, or at least try to, that you come to in this area after doing something, and you're just exploring around trying to survive using your skills, and you will be able to unlock more skills and tools and building stuff to just overall try to survive in the area by collecting resources, hunting animals, gathering food from nature and everything. Maybe even in the game you saw some mushrooms around, but currently those cannot be picked. I don't have the scripts written for them. It's currently just a static game object for now. But it won't be just a regular, hop in, survive, and hop off. It's also going to be partially story driven. But the story, by my idea, won't be driven by just regular conversation as well. It will be also through walkie-talkies. Your character will have one on him, and basically there's going to be a person talking you through the story, how you got there. Maybe there's going to be some objectives to find, I'm also working on the game map itself, but it's gonna be like a paper map, so you won't be able to see your live location. You're gonna have to use your surroundings to actually see yourself where you are and navigate that way. That's the plan for me, since I wanted to make it a bit more interesting, you know. And there's gonna be also some level of danger. The plan is to have certain creepy crawlies around, not just regular monsters. Some are gonna be neutral and won't be able to harm the player, but even some animals and monsters will be. So there's gonna be, by plan at least currently, some shadow entities that will come out at night. The game is planned to have a day and night cycle, and possibly weather systems, but I'll see how difficult it is for me to make them and code them and everything. So currently that is just a strong maybe, but the plan is you'll navigate the world, continue along through the story, and just unravel the mystery that is the whole area, why so many people have gone missing, why certain entities have shown up and certain areas seem off-putting, maybe out of place, and definitely why there's such a presence of other people that are up to no good, maybe doing some malicious research, you could say that. And the entities around also are kind of native to the area. The non-harmful ones are planned to be like the shadow people that at night will be hiding around trees, and you'll be able to see the outlines of them, maybe some white glowing eyes. And once you get closer, they will just move away further and eventually disappear. At daytime there's also gonna be some, but maybe not many. I currently have not decided whether or not to have them at daytime, but maybe one or two after a certain point will start following the player. And some of the bigger threats are probably going to be animals during daytime, especially when you're hunting for food. Some other people, like NPCs, that are also hostile and trying to survive. And also some of the researchers and everything like that. But currently that's as much information as I can give you since the game is still very, very early in development. So let's look at actually how the game looks from the player's perspective. So as you can see, the basic functions are there, like walking and jumping. Currently I don't know if I should leave it in or not, but that's like because code is not fully polished for the controller. You can jump and instantly look up, and you'll go further upward than you would if you'd be just looking straight. I don't know, should I keep it in as a function or not? Leave that in the comments. Definitely an interesting thing that I discovered whilst play testing all the areas. You'll also see me test collisions here, and you know, trees, buildings, rocks, whatever. So I know if the meshes are working correctly and everything. Some areas and some plants, shrubs, trees have animations, some don't. And not all of my assets are, you know, fully made by myself. Some are bought, and definitely Humble Bundle helps out with that. You know, there's great bundles for game development and all that. You pay a certain small price, and you get a big bundle, you know, of assets to use, and all the licensing and everything as well. You know, since you paid money for it, you can use it. And there's no shame in using assets. That I definitely want to say. Bigger companies use also asset packs. Some do use their own assets, but many also just buy bigger asset packs from creators, and overall just use those for their games. So no shame, absolutely no shame. You can do that as long as you're not stealing assets. Then you know, you can get into trouble and all that. But with that being said, this is currently all the work I have to show, since I do have work and other life things to do, and you know, I don't have that much time to invest in game development, maybe a couple hours a day, maybe every couple days, a week. You know, it really depends on how much free time do I have. So with that being said, hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.